Hey, it's Cindy, and today we're talking about the 7 physical benefits of laughter. In this video, that's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn 7 ways that laughter makes you physically more healthy and will help you live longer. If you want more tips like this every Wednesday, then make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss a thing. And now let's get into the video. My aim today with this video is to introduce you to at least one new bit of information about laughter so that you can use that to improve your physical health and therefore your life and your happiness, and you can feel good. And that's what it's all about. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get straight into the 7 benefits and then talk a little bit about how you can get some more laughter. Let's get into benefit number 1. Having a good old laugh lowers your blood pressure. One of the things that happens is when you're actually laughing is your arterial blood pressure will go down while you're laughing, but also continuing on after that, your resting blood pressure will stay lower as well. And that's bound to have a positive impact on your physical health. We all know that high blood pressure is bad for us and can cause problems like strokes. So it's a really good thing to lower our blood pressure. Now, there are lots of things we can do to lower our blood pressure, including regular exercise and taking various vitamins or eating certain foods. But this is a really easy way of lowering your blood pressure that you can do pretty much anywhere, anytime. Another bonus there with the laughter is that it can increase the oxygen, or it does increase the oxygen levels in your blood, which is another great thing because you've got more oxygen getting to all your vital organs, to your skin, to your brain, and to every little bit of you that needs that oxygen. Every single cell needs oxygen to be able to work at its maximum capacity for you to be as well as possible. So get that laughter in there, increase the oxygen in your blood. Little bonus one. Okay. So that's number 1, the benefit number 1. Benefit number 2, we've been talking about stress a lot in the last month because it was Stress Awareness Month last month. We know that having these stress hormones can have a negative impact on us. Now, if you want to know the truth about stress, there is a video that I've done about that, which I will link, and you will find out the truth about this impact of those hormones on our bodies. But the fact is that if we're not doing certain things, we're going to have an impact from those stress hormones. So by having a really good laugh, it actually reduces those hormones. So therefore we're not having that impact in our bodies, and we're going to feel better. We'll be better able to deal with stress. We'll just generally have a higher tolerance for things because we won't get as stressed, and life's going to be a whole lot smoother. So benefit number 2, reducing stress hormones, got to be a good thing. So benefit number 3 is it gives your abs a really good workout. Now, we've all been there when you've watched your favourite comedian, who's maybe seen some live comedy, or you're with a bunch of friends and someone says something absolutely hilarious, which of course isn't hilarious when you tell everybody about it later. But in that moment, it's so funny. You laugh till you're crying, you can't breathe. It's brilliant. And afterwards, your stomach muscles hurt, don't they? And it's because we've had that really good workout. We've worked all our abs really, really well. And even the muscles that we're not using when we're working our abs out by laughing, all the other muscles in our abdomen that aren't being used are getting a real relaxation, which helps everything to work better. Because if you've got tight muscles where they shouldn't be tight, then it's going to kind of bring everything out of alignment. So having everything getting a good workout and also relaxed, it's going to be great for your body. Now, I can do a plank or a crunch as well as the other person, well, perhaps not quite as well as another person.
Breathe out and breathe in. Let your arms float forward.
But I can do those things, but I generally don't do enough of it. Whereas laughing, I would love to do more of, and if I know that that's going to be good for my abs and my a flatter stomach and all that kind of stuff, why wouldn't I be doing it? So comment below with a big yes if you've ever had that feeling when you've had a really big belly laugh and your stomach muscles ache afterwards, because I know I have. So that's benefit number 3. It gives your abs a really good workout. Moving on to benefit number 4, it actually improves your heart health. So I was reading into this, and it's interesting what it actually does. So on the surface, what you see is it reduces your resting heart rate, which is, when you've been sat, they quite often take it when you first wake up in the morning, and you take your heart rate then, that is your base resting heart rate. And you do that before you've had any caffeine or anything like that. Now, there's healthy resting heart rates is between, I think, 60 and 80 beats per minute, something like that. And so if it's lower or higher than that, then that's not good for you. So if you have a regular, really good laughing sessions, it reduces your resting heart rate, which is really good if you've had a higher heart rate. It's bringing it down. Your heart is then not working so hard. And some people say it's a bit like an internal jogging session or an internal massage. So it's actually massaging all of your organs as well, and letting them all sort of be where they should be and settle where they should be, instead of all being kind of, everything gets really tense in our bodies, doesn't it? But what's actually happening with the heart, I was looking into it, is that the endothelium, which is like the lining of our blood vessels or something, it makes everything sort of relax a lot more so that the blood can pump a lot easier, and therefore your heart doesn't have to work so hard. And that means that your heart rate can come down, because you don't have to pump so much to get all the blood around. So it's brilliant that just something as simple as laughing can have a physical benefit for your heart health. And we all know we have to look after our hearts, because if we don't, what's the alternative? Not a happy one. So if your heart gets poorly, that's kind of a big deal, isn't it? So doing lots of regular laughing has got to be a brilliant thing for your heart health. So that is benefit number 4. Let's move on to benefit number 5, which is it actually boosts up your immune system. Now, you've probably heard this before, and I have too, but I hadn't realised what it actually does is it increases, I think it's interferon, it's a chemical in our bodies, and that makes us create more immune cells, including T cells. And these immune busting cells, they go around and they clean up all the bad stuff in our bodies. So it helps to clean up any disease, any viruses, any bacteria or anything like that, but also can help with the defense against cancer, because it will stops the cells from overgrowing like they tend to do with cancer. And also the T cells are there to kind of clean up any kind of mess and dead stuff and all that. So boosting up our immune system with laughter can not only stop us from catching colds and make us feel more well in general, because we're not getting illnesses, but it also can help us defend against more serious diseases that we might perhaps fear as we're getting older, and we don't necessarily want to go down the route of maybe other older people that we see. Maybe it's worth introducing this idea of having more laughter to boost our immune system, so that we can fight off anything that comes our way so much easier. It's much easier to fight something off than to get it and then try and cure it, isn't it? So let's do this to protect ourselves from anything that might be trying to attack our bodies, have our bodies be as well and as protected and as happy as they can through something as simple as laughter. So that's benefit number 5, laughter boosts our immune systems. Benefit number 6 is it will increase endorphins in your body. And again, you've probably heard this. So when we have a jolly good laugh, and especially when we do it regularly, it increases the levels of endorphins and other chemicals in our bodies that help us to feel good. And one of the things that endorphins do is pain relief. So it's really good for people who have maybe chronic pain or have something that gives them a lot of pain during the day. Then getting regular laughter is going to help your body to almost medicate itself against the pain. And that way you may be able to take fewer painkillers or no painkillers at all, or you may just be able to feel better because you're not dealing with pain. Because pain can really wear you down, can't it? If you've ever had any injury and you know what it's like when you can't relax, you can't, every time you move it's uncomfortable, and a lot of people live with chronic pain, and that can be, they have to find ways to manage that alongside drugs, because there just usually isn't a way of completely reducing their pain to nothing. by using laughter to increase the endorphins, maybe that's a way of reducing pain even more and maybe reducing the amount of chemicals we put in our bodies. So give it a go next time you get a headache. Try watching your favourite comedian on YouTube and see what happens. You might just find it's enough to clear your headache. So that was benefit number 6. Laughter can increase endorphins in our body. So the last one really is an overarching benefit, which is that laughter can just increase our general feeling of well-being in our bodies. We can feel well, we can feel like we've got energy and vibrant and able to do the things that we want to do in our lives. Having this vibrant, energetic body will make us feel younger. So a general sense of well-being can come from having regular laughter sessions. Now, when I'm talking about a laughter session, what do I mean? Well, it could be as simple as what I've just said. I talked about it in the stress video as well. Your favourite comedian, find them on YouTube, watch a bit of that, have a good laugh. It could be go out with your mates and have a good time and have a laugh with them. It could be something like laughter yoga, which I did talk about quite a while ago in a video with my good friend Sharon Branner. And we talked about laughter yoga, and also we did a few demos. So I will make sure that video is linked for you, because it is A, hilarious, and B, a really good laugh, and C, you will learn how to do laughter yoga or how to get started. Now, laughter yoga, you can go to classes and things like that as well, and you can also find it on YouTube. So there's plenty out there for you to do that. I won't go into it anymore now because, of course, you need to watch the other video. But what I did find out when I was looking into this sort of general well-being that regular laughter can do for us is that in Norway they did a study, and they actually found out that people with a strong sense of humour actually live longer. Now, if you want to live longer, wouldn't it be a good idea to start laughing a bit more? They also found that because the reason they lived longer was a lot of the time because they were able to fight off cancer a lot more easily. Anyone who, they had a lower incidence of cancer, and the people who did get cancer were able to fight it off, more likely to fight it off, if they had a really strong sense of humour. Now, this was a study done in Norway. If you just Google Norway laughter study well-being, something like that, you should be able to find the information about it. But it's really interesting that just by doing regular laughing, we can live longer. And who doesn't want to live longer, as well as being well and fit in our bodies to be able to do what we want to do as we get older? So that's it. That's benefit number 7. A general sense of well-being will come from regular laughter. So what I want you to do is to make sure you check out the other videos, which I will link, and make sure that you introduce laughter into your life. Make sure you watch this video next so that you can find out how to do laughter yoga and get more laughter in your life. And it just remains me to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.